Good day, my friends, and welcome back once again to Brotherhood of the Bat Collectibles. My name's Chris, and I'm the Batman statue collector. And look at what I have for you guys today. I have my second, that's right, my second JND Studios statue here in the Batcave. Of course, I just did and reviewed the Batman Dark Knight. And now I have the Anne Hathaway 1/3 scale Dark Knight Rises Catwoman. Now, I have obviously had a chance to see Batman before, but I've never had a chance to see her. So I was actually more excited to see this one in hand. And I have to tell you, she's fantastic. I still have my nitpicks about certain things. I'm going to talk about that today, especially, the unmasked portrait. But overall, this statue is very impressive. And it does go back to that fact that, man, JND, for whatever reason, doesn't always photograph well, doesn't always video well. And so I'm here to tell you, again, way, way better in person, way better. Now, of course, we talk about price point, we talk about likeness. It's always going to be subjective. But I can tell you right now that having this one in hand, I'm super glad that I went ahead and purchased her. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and review this one from JND Studios. All right, guys, so here we go. 1/3 scale Catwoman, Dark Knight Rises, Anne Hathaway from JND. And look at that. Absolutely, I think she's gorgeous. I think it's a very, very good likeness in person. I don't know if it's coming across on camera. I've said it before that JND just doesn't always photograph very well. They don't always translate in pictures. But I think this statue is very, very good. And I can't wait to share my thoughts on it. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. Kind of pan down here and we'll talk about the base first. And obviously this is a very minimalistic base. All of the JND pieces have this black base. They're all around the same size. You can see that it's got the Dark Knight Rises. It's very subtle, which is nice. I'm somebody that tends to like more of a storytelling base, but these are very classic and very elegant, I guess you could say. Definitely gives you that museum quality. But there is a little bit of storytelling elements, and I'm going to show you right here. So the Dark Knight one that I had kind of a concrete base just like this. But this one is Dark Knight Rises, and it takes place in the wintertime. And I think that they did a really nice job with the snow. It definitely looks like it could be snow. It's kind of sloshy looking in places. I really like it. I think that they did a really nice job with that. It obviously comes with the Dark Knight, the crushed cowl. This is plastic, so nothing too special here. But I do love it. I love the idea of it being on the base. I also really like the idea of maybe putting it on the Bane base whenever I get Bane in. So that'll be really cool to see. But it does add a really nice visual, to the base itself. So let's talk a little bit about the costume. I love the pose on this. I think that they really nailed it. As you can see, it does have a sheen to the boots. It's very, very well done. Incredibly well sculpted. These heels, which I wish that they featured these in the movie more, because I think they oftentimes get overlooked, but they are like razor blades, basically. These are metal. Like, this is actually metal on the statue, which is really awesome. It's very cool. And of course, as you go up the leg, the bad thing about Catwoman, any statue of her, when it's all black, she kind of gets overlooked. She kind of fades away a little bit when it's black on black. But I think that they did a really nice job of separating the boot, basically. It's like a thigh-high boot. But you can see like the pulling, and again, this is fully sculpted, but it's got a texture to it. It's very well done. You can see like the seams, all sculpted, but it has this really great kind of sheen to it, and maybe the light's going to capture it here, but I think that that's really awesome. And then of course you get into that carbon fiber type material. It's really good, and it feels very, very accurate to the movie. Going to show you all sides. I'm sure there's some folks that were wanting to see this angle, but again, it's just very, very, very well sculpted, I think. You can see some of the detail on her belt with the pouches. Again, just kind of that same material there. It's kind of got like a sheen to it, which I love. It just makes it look like real fabric. I love what JND did with that. Paint's very well done. I like the pose on the hand where she's like kind of holding onto her belt. The gun is one possible way to display her. You can also display her with the mask as well, which I will show you guys. But it's just the details really good. You also, of course, have the the zipper area. This thing, she obviously doesn't actually unzip, but it does have that little zipper there. Let's get to the portrait, because that's really what we're here to see, right? That's what JND is famous for, is the portraits. Whenever I first got this, first saw her, I guess, I thought maybe her lips would be a little bit too big, too pouty, kind of, too plump. And in hand, I think that they actually look really good. Again, she does look way better in person to me than she does here on camera. I love the color of her hair. I think it's very well done. Again, I've kind of taken her out of the box here. I haven't, really messed with it or combed it too much. Not really skilled in that. I'm definitely a statue guy, so I'm going to hand it over to my JND collectors. But again, this is medical grade silicone. Some people have asked if I'm worried about this degrading over time. This room is very cool, and I don't worry about it at all. I mean, let's say that medical grade silicone lasts for 50 years. I'm not going to be around for 50 years, so I don't worry about that. Hand punched hair, obviously. It's got the glass eyes. This is kind of the main look that they oftentimes show. Kind of her standing like this. But that's not the angle that I really like. I really like this angle. So I've actually rotated her a bit. And this is the angle that I liked, and I'm going to display her like this. Which I think looks really good. I kind of like her looking off to the side, and I think her likeness is even better looking that way. What do you guys think? Obviously, you can also take the goggles and you can flip them down very, very carefully. You want to be very careful as you do this, but you can do that as well to give it kind of that look. I like the ears up. I like to be able to see her eyes. But it is cool to see that. Okay. All right, I'm going to show you the swap out arm, and then I'm going to show you the unmasked portrait. All right, here's kind of the secondary look with her holding the cowl. Give you kind of an idea of what that looks like. So that's kind of fun. I think that one works a little bit better maybe with the side profile whenever you have her that way. But like I said, I'm going to use the gun. I think the gun's better. That's just me. But looks cool. It's really neat the way they did this with the hands. Let me show you. So you take off her thumb. It's magnetized. You put whatever's in her hand, and then it snaps right back into place. So I thought that was really ingenious the way they did that. Very cool. All right, I'm going to show you the unmasked portrait next. I definitely agree with a lot of the other comments that, her face does look a little bit droopy. I just don't really like the unmasked portrait. Some people might think it's perfect. I just don't. So I never intended to do it this way. I always intended to have the mask on, which I think looks really good. Obviously, I've also said that, I think if they did this particular piece in 2025, I think that they probably would have nailed it. Just because I think the JND continues to get better with each release. But I just feel like this one, maybe she looks like kind of, I don't know. It's just maybe her face is a little bit too long, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but again, it's just not my favorite without the mask, but with the mask, I really love it. But I mean, yeah, isn't that way better? I think that's way better than the unmasked. I'm just not a fan of the unmasked, but to each their own, right? But I think this is a beautiful statue. Really glad to have it in the collection. I can't wait to add Bane to Batman as well back there. They're going to be awesome together. Just a beautiful, beautiful statue all the way around from JND. Looks really good. Really good. All right, guys, so there you have it. What do you guys think of this one? What do you think? Is it Anne Hathaway? Does it look good enough? Is it good enough for my collection? I personally think it is. I'm really glad that I went ahead and picked it up. I think J&D did a really nice job with it. And I think, as I've said, that if they did it now in 2025 or 2026, I think that absolutely they would have even done a better job on her likeness. I'm still not a fan of the unmasked portrait. If you are, God bless you. Again, everybody sees art differently, right? And that's what's great about art. But I don't think it is that great without the mask. If it has the mask on it, I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And so that is, again, just my personal opinion. But I think that they really did a nice job. I definitely can tell it's Anne Hathaway, and I am very, very pleased with this purchase. And I'm very excited about Bane. I cannot wait for that one. Definitely one of my most anticipated. And of course, they're going to be doing the bank robber Joker as well, and maybe a duo set with the purple coat Joker. So I'm excited to see what they do, because I think that they've done a better job even on their their 6-scale figures. So I'm really excited to see what J&D does. And I have said over the years that I feel like with each release, they continue to get better, and they're proving it. They're proving it. Again, price point is what it is. We can argue about that all day long, but if it's worth it to you, whether it's art, whether it's original art, whether it's comics, whether it's Funko Pops, whether it's J&D statues, whatever you collect, if it's worth it to you, that's awesome, right? Art is always going to be subjective. I love this. I think it's really great. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear your comments. And again, just thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy day to maybe have a little bit of entertainment here during the day. I can't thank you guys enough for supporting the channel. Some of you guys have been around so long. I want to specifically thank all of the members that have hit the join button down below. Man, you guys have been with me forever. Thank you very much for even considering hitting the join button. It really does help tremendously here on the channel. Thank you to all of our members. And if you just want to do the thumbs up, that helps us out too. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And again, thanks for watching today, guys. Love each and every one of you. And I'll see you back for the next one here in the Batcave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today. And if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.